All right, Grand Rising, everyone is Shay Seeking or Shalonda, and we're going to go ahead and, um, oh, we're going to go ahead and read Matthew 4. I feel like it's, I don't know, very detrimental. Again, I'm probably going to be up all night. It's 2:30-ish, but I couldn't sleep. And then I just couldn't stop after I read this portion here. Because I feel like, again, there's a sense of awareness. Again, whether, excuse me, whether it be something that is being done artificially, right? Or something that may be done spiritually, or there's a child sleeping here, so, or something that was done, again, is being done actually really spiritually, like I said, or if this is something that may be being done artificially. That's not what I'm here to judge. I'm just letting you guys know that this is just a non-bias. I'm not trying to conform anybody into any kind of religion. Again, I'm not religious. I don't go to church. And again, I'm just someone who is a seer and possibly scryer when it comes to words. And again, I try to sit here and just kind of look over the stuff and just, hope that it's, source that is, again, leading. But I realized that I did a video, right? And I went back to the video about Mother Earth. And in that video, and now I'm seeing how, again, I think that I'm being taken through these steps so that, I don't know, so we can all learn something in a sense. I don't know. Because again, I always say that the word is living. So I noticed that I did a video on like the 16th. And I'm noticing that in that video, I said something to the effects of, okay, and this is what I was saying about like even so-called possession, like in that show, Lucifer, Lucifer had at some point demons could access people's bodies and do whatever they want to do, but then at some point in time, and that's why I'm saying be careful about who you let into your ear, period, into your mind, in your space. And I guess he banned that from happening, right? So even when we were just, excuse me, doing the video about the den of vipers or the brooding vipers, I think that has to do with the spiritual realm, with those of us that have gifts and maybe misusing them to, again, stir up things or gossip or spread rumors or, pushing the envelope a little bit too much. Just like some people may look at me with my seeing and scrying when it comes to the word and say the same thing, but only, source can judge us at the end of the day. And so, I realized in that video that I said something about like raising up a son. Now, it wasn't conscious or subconscious. I meant to say it in a form, right? Because I was just speaking, it was early, right? And again, I was just speaking from kind of like what I'm doing right now, from the heart. And what I meant in that instance is being someone that has been laden or trodden down or, have a lot of people, family and friends around them, or maybe not even that many, but the small amount that you do find out you thought you had in your corner possibly were being used against you, right? Hold on, I'm going to switch rooms so I don't wake her up. So, again, I have no need or reason. I feel like I'm, again, or had been under surveillance anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? I have no reason to sit here and try to lie to you guys about how I feel or what I do behind closed doors. So like I said, I remember seeing something like raising a son, out of just raising a son, you know, and just like not even having a son, and always wanting a son. So again, with that energy, like I said, that was around me, I felt like, you know, who's on my side. So again, for uh, uh, a companion, or uh, how can I say this? Like, because I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I don't even really see or think all the time that this stuff is what it is until it does happen, right? So I can't stand when it says anything about like death. And I know that sometimes we can be lagging by a couple of days when it comes to these timelines. So again, to raise that child or that son, you know, um, again, is speaking of me, of a form of protection, because I feel like we are dealing with source, yes, but there's other gods on this plane. And do I think some of us could be, again, uh, uh, by so-called racial, or you know what I'm saying, of different stocks, you know what I'm saying, um, when it comes to these particular gods, I think some of us can be mixed in a sense. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. All right. That's all I'm just saying. All right. Um, so again, I was shocked when I read this part, and I said, hold on, when did I do that video? And I went back and saw that I did say that, in that video. And I don't like the fact that it came out that way. So I just wanted to address that for anybody that did see that, because that's not what I meant. You know what I'm saying? I've never wanted that. But again, in a sense, I'm feeling like at certain times of the week, even, or the day, that there's a different presence there of something that is organic and natural and feels safe. And then there's energies that come in that don't feel so safe. And I don't know if it's because of, who we are individually. But again, that's just what I was feeling. And at that time, just feeling like, if, like, let's say when they asked the question, did God have a wife? Well, yes. And so again, feeling in that sense where, you know, oh, just like kings had their kingdoms taken from them and stripped from them, and then they had their wives taken. I mean, I'm just saying it's the same thing that can be happening right now, because again, we're in a cycle of form of renewal. I think there is presences here. Okay. So again, that was just that. I just wanted to clear that up because I don't like the way that feels. Because again, I did feel a sense of, and I know that if we're talking about like immortals or gods or whatever, they don't really die, but it just makes me feel uncomfortable. Um, so again, it says then. So again, this is finishing up 3, and it says the innocence. So it did say that part there, you know, that somebody went into somebody's death, and again, then it says, then Herod, seeing that he had been tricked by Magi, and I don't know, Magi. This is what this Bible says. It's not a King James. I don't even know what really kind of Bible it is, but it's just the one we use in the day. Excuse me. So again, like I said, these energies reign. I mean, or they, yeah, in a sense, or radiate through us. And not, like I said, you can pick up on some energy one day, and then you might be in a different kind of space the next day. But again, it's just the same kind of spiritual thing that we're talking about in this book, I feel. So anyways, it said was exceedingly angry, and he sent to slew all the boys in Bethlehem. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's why I felt bad. Well, I didn't really. Okay. Um. So yeah. Okay. What? Excuse me. Went and slew all the boys in Bethlehem and all its neighborhoods who were 2 years old and under. So again, excuse me, when I look at this, right, spiritually, again, using my mind's eye, I feel like what we're talking about is like a group of murders. Like, we have people that are going around committing these crimes that are our people, that have maybe possessed, or because we're going to be talking about somebody being, like possess, like a possession, like a piece of property. But again, what are we really talking about when we're talking about possession? It's a consuming energy. You know what I'm saying? So again, if we're not keeping ourselves, and I'm just saying, it's making me look at myself, what I'm saying, and things around me and everybody. It's just making me look. This just opened my eyes a little bit more. All right. And what I'm trying to do here is use the biblical text, because we all have this in our home, to be able to share with people and show people how to see in a sense. Because I mean, even in this chapter, it's talking about do that, right? So again, but then sometimes, like I said, from outward energy, it's almost like people just want me to shut up, really, or they just don't want to listen anymore, and that's fine, right? So it says, so again, somebody was angry, okay, and he sent and slew the boys, again in Bethlehem. And again, not that, I mean, I know I said that day, so that's why I'm just bringing that up, right? Just so nobody takes it like the wrong way, But again, if I said that, I notice that sometimes when I say something, I notice that later on, a group, I mean, later on I'll see a collective group of people, individuals spread out on social media or whatever on their platforms, saying certain things that kind of mimic it. So again, it's just very, and I'm just really iffy at this point in time, right, with this information. But I feel like this is pertaining to now, okay? So again, we're gonna talk about this. I think that, like how they said in Georgia, you know what I'm saying? A group of boys ended up being killed. You have Chicago, you have, like different, I'm just saying this, I feel like this is symbolic, because I was surprised to hear that large number, you know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know that much about Georgia. I've only been a couple times, but you just don't normally, usually it's Chicago or New York or somewhere in California that they put, or like in Memphis or something, that they put emphasis. And you know what? These are all biblical. Okay, we'll just stop. We'll stop. Okay. So again, okay, and it says, until the neighborhood, wait, and all its neighborhood, who were 2 years and under. So again, I feel like this is talking about. Oh, hold on. Oh no. Okay, I got like 20 million pieces of paper in my Bible. But I need my glasses real quick, so I'm trying to go on this person and get them. Okay. So, all right, much better. All right. So again, it says here that then was fulfilled what was spoken through Jeremiah the prophet. Okay. A voice was heard in Ramah, weeping loud in lamentation. Okay. Rachel weeping for her children, and she would not be comforted because they are no more. So again, I just, just like me reading this text here, right? And we're, again, and seeing certain things, right? It's the same thing when I'm saying, again, us putting certain words out. That's why, again, I don't know, maybe it's just a calling of mine to kind of really talk about the word as I go through it and try to feel what it's making me feel, because I think that, again, I don't know. I don't know. Like I told you, I don't agree with every single thing that is in this text. It has to feel right. It has to be, again, especially now, it has to be, and if it is, and if I've gone through something similar, or if I've seen something, or if I see it on somebody else, then I'm going to give the message, because I feel like not only are these messages for me, it's for other beings. Okay? So again, and I'll be honest, I had to stop looking at other, I had to stop looking at readers, right, for a minute, because I had picked up it to peek. You know what I'm saying? Something told me to peek in for the past 2 weeks or whatever, and I didn't even know the community was there. But I liked a lot of the girls' personalities and stuff like that. But then sometimes you can see with some energies that someone may be one way one day, but then the next day you can see something else in them, and I don't know, it just struck me, and I just see differently. So again, I'm just like, okay, boop, that's that. Now I see why. Again, so me even saying, you know what I'm saying, about these things that they're talking about in this text, when it comes to, you know, well, I wouldn't call that witchcraft, but you know what I'm saying. Now I can see why somebody would make mention of it, because again, sometimes we're not dealing with our own energy. Sometimes people are dealing with their, and that's why I look at, when it comes to Yeshua, how was he able? But that's the son, right, of God. That means that's a descendant of God. So they will be somewhat godly or heavenly, like it's said in the text, or holy. So maybe that's why they're able to be around these groups of people and help heal them without being too much contaminated, in a sense. I mean, this is just how I'm thinking, at least in this realm, right? But not for everybody, because everybody may not be able to beat off or battle away these type of I think it takes a certain level of a high priesthood or something, where people are able to tolerate, or again, that's up to whatever. I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking, right? All right, so it says okay, so it says, when Herod was dead, um behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, saying, arise and take the child and his mother and go into the land of Israel, for those who sought the child's life are dead. So he arose and took the child and his mother and went into the land of Israel. But, and again, right now, I feel like we're at a stage where it doesn't matter if you're trying to keep a thought inside. It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying, how some way, somehow, energies, including source, I feel are examining. I just feel like that's what's going on. I just feel like that's exactly what's going on. So, like, it's even like speaking, thinking, dreaming. It feels like we're not really particularly safe. Again, I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I've sensed that over the past week or so. Um, I don't know. So he arose and took the child and his mother and went into the land of Israel. But hearing that Archelaus was reigning in Judea in place of his father Herod, oh no, he was afraid to go there, and being warned in a dream, he withdrew into the region of Galilee, and he went and settled town called um, in a town called Nazareth. And see, that's the thing. Like, and that's what I was saying, like, earlier, like, about, like, forgiveness or whatever. Like, I don't hold no ill will towards anybody. I'm not here to try to do anything but obtain, again, source is going to be in control of that at the end of the day. But I feel like if you don't fight for it, or if you don't keep it, then it will be gone. Like it's going to say here in Matthew chapter 3 or 4. So again, it's like a diligent thing, right? So, yeah. So I mean, at this point, like it's just, yeah. So it said there might be fulfilled what was spoken through the prophets. He shall be called a Nazarene. Okay. All right. That's scary, because I was just thinking today about somebody's child. In a sense, as if like coming towards me. I don't know, like in a strange. I mean, even today, I think I was, at a point in something where I was saying, it's almost like, oh my goodness, like an energy of missing children, right? And if something is happening to these children, and like when it comes to certain bloodlines and secret connections in bloodlines and things like that, hidden things, I remember just saying, I just feel something about the whole thing with Moses and the children, or just like the adults and children, like I think I talked about it the other day, being separated from, you know, uh, from each other, that the children are going to be able to go in, but some adults may not be. And so again, um, when it's talking about this, it made me think about, again, all of the children, again, that will be connected to me, like, if that were the case of a group of people. Because again, I see this stuff spiritually happening, but in the real world, it seems like everything is so still, but it just still feel like something is happening. And I was just, communing with Source and saying, if there's somebody that, I will take them. You know what I'm saying? If we have, because again, no matter if people think it's a joke or whatever, I feel like, again, whether it's in a different dimension, realm, something like that, I feel is occurring, right? And then the whole thing about the children two and the sons two and under, I don't think that is talking about babies. I think, see, because then we're talking about being reborn again and things like that, right? Okay. So again, we're dealing with we're dealing with souls here, right? And we're also dealing with soulless beings. And so when I'm thinking about that, it's even thinking about, children, two and under. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Um, oh, okay, so it says boys. Okay. All right. So let's just keep going. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, I was just thinking about um, people that have recently, uh, people that have recently changed their status. We'll just say that. I don't know why that came to mind, but it did. So that's just what we're saying. Okay. It just was like, just again, I'm just saying it what it is. Okay. So it says the public ministry of Yeshua or whatever, chapter 3. Okay. Now, I don't think that is 3 that I wanted to go through. Okay. Well, maybe a small portion, because, this was the energy I think I was sensing again within this month. So it says, when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees coming to his baptism, he said to them, brood of vipers, who has shown you how to flee from the wrath to come? Okay. So again, I feel like, there is a large amount of people that, again, when we're talking about these mountains or these groups that, people have formed alliances, right? In order to do certain things, to be in certain situations. But again, like I said, I'm just saying, be careful with anything. I mean, just be careful with people that's giving off energy and like, oh my goodness, I just feel some kind of way, right? So again, people, I have a tendency to rub people the wrong way with what I say, but it is what it is. So I'll just say it either way, right? So we just seen about the 2 years, whatever, right? Okay, so that's people that in the past 2 years, I'm saying possibly have changed something about their status. We ain't saying what kind of status it is. We just saying change something about their status, right? And then we go on to say, you know, um, something about a den of the brooding vipers, and then somebody fleeing from the wrath to come, right? And this could be changing ways or minds, or, repenting in a sense. But it can also be something like getting something prepared. But then again, like I told you guys, it's a dog eat dog world. And it's always going to be a big dog somewhere. So again, when you're joining certain things, just be careful and know who you're dealing with. Not just because you don't like this person or that person, or this look better or that. You know what I'm saying? It's really, I think, a serious thing. I don't know. Again, from the wrath to come, bring forth therefore fruit uh, befitting repentance. Okay, so again, saying like, bring forth fruits, or the fruits of your labor, right? So this could be anybody. This could be spiritual workers, healers, and things. This could be anything. Um, you know, but I think it's dealing with information. Period. Okay. I think it's dealing with information. And do not think to say within yourselves, right? Okay. And I feel like I felt this energy off of, again, I don't give names on here because I don't want nobody to feel funny or whatever it is, right? But I definitely remember a fellow tuber, right? And I'd like to call y'all my soul siblings. Some people may not want me to do that, whatever it is, right? But if I feel like there's a connection there, again, but I don't like to speak that too, you know, much these days because of certain things, right? So again, um, said something around, and I don't even know if they watch or if they know, you know what I'm saying, that they said this, but, and this is why I'm saying, dealing with the spirit, I feel like I'm starting to see the, like that energy from the person come out, you know, and I don't want to get anything, like I said, ever misconstrued really, but there's certain things that just hit different when you hear it, right? So again, and it didn't hit until I just read it here. And I said, this sounds like what that young lady was saying the other day. Okay. So it says, all right. So it says, bring forth therefore fruit, um, befitting repentance, and do not think to say within yourselves, we have Abraham for our father. For I say to you that God is able out of these Okay, that God is able out of these stones to raise up children to Abraham. Okay, so again, you know, I still feel like we're talking about priests, like high priests and stuff. Again, because if we look at the caste system, oh, we don't have it here, do we? Hold on, let's look at it. Oh, I don't want to, man, I'm gonna have to. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Cool, 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 cool. All right, okay, no, I'm gonna have to show it to y'all. Hold on. Okay. So, all right. So anytime I see Abraham, if you unscramble these words to a certain extent, or you add an uh, some wait, Brahman or Brahman, okay. This to me represents Abraham, and again, I think it's Abraham that saw God in his pineal, right? Okay. And it actually says pineal in the biblical text. So maybe just Google pineal in Bible verses. I hope I'm talking loud enough. I'm kind of trying to whisper. But again, priestess and academics. So again, this reminds me of religion in school. We've done thorough breakdown several times on this in the channel. Again, symbolic for a construct, right? One of the oldest in the so-called world, right? So again, priests and academics, I look at that as religion in school. Again, so again, I look at it in the way of, uh, you know, when we're talking about colonization, original peoples and foreigners, and then I look at it today as we are all one. We're all mixed up now, and it is what it is, right? So we just have to figure out how to work it out the way it is, right? So again, it's going to be, for me, it depends on your energy, how you treat me, and whatever, and how I treat you, and how you treat other people, and how you treat children. I mean, it's not always so easy, especially in these times. But again, you know what I mean by ill will or treatment to a child. So, anyways, so again, we could be talking about the Pharisees and Sadducees again, possibly, right? Um, so I just wanted to show you that. Okay. See, every time I'm doing something else is just grabbing my attention. Okay. So again, okay, these people we'll see it in a second. Okay. So again, this is reminding me of again the third eye or mind's eye, right? To a certain extent when we're talking about the Brahmin. The warriors and kings, are, you know, president and military or president and military. Um, again, um, and I feel like these are, yeah, possibly adult nations, if you really want me to be honest. Even though we talk about the prick on this channel, I'm always just going to keep it real and 100, period. So again, Source wants me to say it for some reason. And not saying Source wants me to say it, but again, the energy is telling me that, right? Because I've been telling y'all, okay? So again, when I looked at that whole thing about the adult, right? That they keep saying 70% of adults, right? So again, it's just like, okay. So again, when we look at the energy that's coming from that place right now, I feel like some of us may be still in an uproar, but I feel like there's a presence there. I'm not going to say how I feel the presence is. It's just a presence. There's an energy here. That's all I'm saying. All right. So again, it's going to be what it's going to be at the end of the day. Am I telling you to go get it? No. Am I telling you not to get it? No. So, but again, the adult is like mature, right? The mature, right? So again, just thought I'd say that. Okay. So, like even going into Egypt might mean like the untouchables. It might be people that are, again, have been put into some kind of program of witness protection or something like that. I don't know. Okay. Excuse me. And it says, bring forth their but again, I feel as though the energy that I feel, oh, I don't know. It's two babies. It's two boys. It's two boys. Two boys. Curly hair. Light and brown. Right? There's a couple babies I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing energy coming, wanting to come towards, again, me. And I feel like it has to do with a feminine energy. This whole incident right here, what we're talking about with Rachel. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. So again, it says somebody saying who told you to flee, or who shown you how to flee from the wrath to come. And again, I don't think that like I said, I don't think that that's the case. But I mean, again, this is an experience right here. So again, we just going with it. Okay. Befitting repentance. Do not think to say yourselves, we have Abraham as our father. For I say to you that God is able out of these stones to raise up children to Abraham. So again, this is saying that God has the right to pull people up into a certain position, excuse me, and give them certain gifts. Okay. So even if it, right? Okay. For even now the axe is laid at the root of the trees. So again, I'm wondering what God we're talking about. What God are we talking about? Because it's not even just saying like the God of your fathers or anything like that. It's just saying